There were signs on the road. All right, so we have a script.
Where's
Let's
the
do
script?
this. You're
Oh.
holding it. Okay.
Hello, model to a T.
Yeah, Jason Hales. Okay, this is Thomas Sint. I met Thomas Sint at a playground.
Oh, we're starting?
Yes. This is Thomas Sint. I met Thomas Sint at a playground 7 years ago. Since then, we have forged a friendship that will last forever. He has always intrigued me, as he is a man of 3 layers. On the surface, people see a muted man. A Mr. Muted Man. Quiet and unassuming. His beautiful figure and stylish wardrobe leave people wondering what images play through that intricate mind. When someone can penetrate past his fortress-style doors, they are able to see into his heart and mind and find a minefield, art gallery, and one of the most nebulous concertos that has ever existed. I wrote this before the interview. When asked how... When asked... Thomas,
Yes?
how have you grown up over the past 4 years at Sierra High School?
I have become sadder and more in touch with my deeper, darker parts of my heart. I've begun to better understand the darkness and sadness of the human experience. Yet I have not given up hope for a brighter future. I know beyond these walls of high school exists the opportunity to grow and find better things in this world. Life has been hard and cruel and full of challenges, but I have not caved. Astonishingly, I am stronger and more hopeful than I can both endure and succeed in the future. I have more faith in my ability to overcome.
Thomas has had the nickname Mr. Muted for many years. How did you get the nickname Mr. Muted, Thomas?
Well, it all started back in the day when I was playing Fortnite with a man by the name of Dr. Lawnmower, and he told me a bunch of things that I was not willing to hear, and I was with another man in the party named Jonathan Steamy, who some of you may know. And him and I were trying to have a conversation, so I actually ended up muting Dr. Lawnmower. 2 weeks went by without me realizing that was the case and trying to figure out why I couldn't hear him. And so eventually that led to me finally figuring it out, and at that point I unmuted him finally after 2 weeks, and the first thing he said was, "Well, if it isn't Mr. Muted," and that's how I was born.
Huh.
Did you put
What a
your
weird
mouth on
birth
that?
story. They don't exist. That is really odd. I dare say another big reason you are called Mr. Muted is because you frequently are muted when you don't find it worth it to talk. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
As a man, Thomas is in touch with himself, often.
I am.
He is often reflecting on his ability to share his thoughts and heart with this world. He does find it hard to express his true self to the immature youth at Sierra High School. He has such a profound personality and depth of character that few truly understand. Those who do understand him, especially the girls, find him intriguing, adorable, and truly wonderful. He never ceases to make them giggle and smile. He leaves people fascinated, as one would be as they watch a male tiger clean themselves in the zoo. When did something inspire you to have hope? Actually, you can just tell. This one.
I often ponder what hope means, and one time I found my answer in music. When I was a young boy, I first listened to the album The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, and that was essentially my introduction to music. Specifically, the song Cancer really shaped my whole life by showing me just what music could actually be emotion-wise. And the whole album essentially is the exploration of a character called the patient who went on his cancer journey upon his diagnosis, and eventually went from a cynical, depressed man to a very hopeful figure of religious value.
How's your head in front of the power button?
Anywho, yeah, that's where my big part of my hope originally came from.
Might I ask you, where do you find hope today?
Today I find hope in my best friend McLovin. He's my favorite person, and he always gives me hope. He's the foundation of my whimsy. He's the He's a fountain of whimsy in my life. He gives me nothing but unending happiness and joy, and I can always count on him to bring a smile to my face no matter what. No matter every day, I know that no matter the worst, even in the worst of times, I can always count on him for a good hearty chortle. I mean, and to speak, he's such a great guy, this McLovin guy. It was between him and God, but it was definitely a huge, it was a huge choice to choose this guy. But he's just, he's up there.
It says you laugh as you ponder why you chose to say me instead of God. Okay, cool. What does hope feel like to you?
It feels, it's a comfort in the worst of days and allows me to persevere through every single day, believing that one day things will get better and I will experience decentness again. Maybe decentness isn't the right word. I guess I'm looking forward to a passionable, passable, not terrible experience that doesn't feel like constant horribleness. To be honest, reflecting on this answer reminds me of Family Guy, the episode where President Obama was coming to school, and once,
I don't need the script for this. I feel like you have this part memorized.
That's true. That one episode of Family Guy where Obama comes to Chris and Meg's school, and they, for their class, Chris has to write a poem about hope, and he, in doing so, he asks his sister Meg for help, and he actually steals a lot of her ideas, and eventually...
I do know that episode. Sorry.
The lesson of this episode is essentially that they come together and finally present the poem to the whole school, and as well as Obama, they really learn how to, work together and have hope in both themselves and their siblings and their family for the future. So that's a really likewise comparison, I think, or at least that's what I think of. Next page.
It says we end up laughing as we try to deflect and move past the pain in his answer. Family Guy. What can I learn from you as a person, Thomas Sent?
You can learn how to become... don't let anything affect you in such a way that you are not affected by others' opinions, so that you don't change your standards. You can learn how to uphold a standard for your life so that people don't see through it. Never mind. You can learn how to be a pillar of nothing at all. You can just sit there in a way that is constant and independent from others. You don't need to fit in with people.
Mothers?
It doesn't work that way. Trying to become part of the crowd to fit in with them doesn't work. You need to embrace yourself and know what makes you happy. Otherwise, you'll just be among a sea of people unsatisfied. You can learn how to be more content with your life from me. If I have to simplify it, once you know what you want out of life, you can do more things and they have greater meaning. This can contribute to your overall goals in life and weed out the things that don't really matter. I can help you learn to identify who you really are rather than getting lost in a sea of fluff that high school instills in you. Even after we graduate and we start jobs, you still need to learn to let the things that that you get caught up in, let them go. We don't want to sit on our deathbeds thinking everything was for no reason. We live for greater purposes, all of us in our friend group. We all have more depth, meaning, and purpose, and I just want to remind you to keep getting rid of that stuff that doesn't matter. I encourage others to find themselves more and be more content with themselves. Personally, I love this part of Thomas's personality. That's your part.
That's my part, yeah. Here, put these on. We'll add to the rest of the interview. I personally love this part of Thomas' personality. He brings his entire message to a friend. We're gonna do the show me what groom challenge right now. He brings the entire message to our friend group and to everyone he gets to know. He truly wants people to be at peace with themselves. He has already experienced deep pain and can help others understand what isn't important and what is really valuable. This is really fitting for what I just said. What are some words you would pass on to yourself if you could? Oh my God! There's no way you're doing this. Ah! What are some words you'd pass on to yourself if you could go back in time?
Well, I'd go back to October 2021 and I would say stop. Stop thinking that everything matters because most of it doesn't. Stop overthinking it, all of it, and try to give it all value. Very little matters and you're exhausting yourself on things that have no meaning. Focus on the important, meaningful things and let the rest go. I refer to Thomas as...
Sorry,
you should really make those more clear.
Yep. I refer to Thomas as the myth because of his elusive nature. Sorry, the whipped cream thing bothered me. Some people see him as a quieter and smaller than he is, and yet those who get to know him see him as the giant man. Big heart, deep thinker. How did I say that? And the artist that he is. He is truly bigger than life. He's huge, one would say. Ginormous. Intelligent, and carries such meaning and passion in his heart. How did you make that noise with whipped cream? Don't do it. Okay. And for people, and for most important things in life, he lives at such a deeper level than most of us do. If I call Thomas a musician, he replies,
"Thank you."
He is unassuming, humble, and more artistic and beautiful than he realizes. So instead of focus on asking him to explain how he became such a great musician, I ask him, what does music do to your heart? He says,
absolutely penetrates it. It goes straight in and absolutely just grabs me.
Do you have hand motions that describe it?
What?
Do you have hand motions that describe it? Like,
hand motions?
Yeah, like, can you... Like,
I'm hand motioning right now.
Sorry, get in frame a little more.
I am in frame. You can clearly see my hands. Anyway,
okay,
so it just completely penetrates it over and over and over again until the point of exhaustion, and until I pass out from just complete shock from how amazing my experience was, and it just horrifies me and amazes me and beautifies me every single time it happens, and it's truly a feeling like no other.
I know how he became a musician. I know his story. He was impacted when he was little. Sorry. He was raised by parents who played the Beatles music often. 7 years old, he was given an acoustic guitar, and he played the song She Loves You repeatedly. But then, when he heard the song Cancer, he realized he wanted to deeply affect others through music in the same way. As he has grown, so has his music. With every new depth of emotion and experience, he finds a way to turn it into lyrics or a melodic sound. As we finish the interview and the stale Cheetos... We forgot the Cheetos! There's Cheetos. We both weaved our orange fingers in the air. And had a simple, quiet moment. Really is love. The fart's not coming. I can't get it out. I tried. So the fart at the end. I included that, but I can't get it out. Can someone make a fart noise? I'm not gonna kiss you on the interview. That was accurate. And we laughed loud and long. Auger. up the interview, we discussed the 2 albums we plan on listening to over the weekend:
Well, what are those?
Christmas Island and the Bible too.
Oh, hell.
You want to listen to them. You've told me before you want to listen to them. I'm just too insistent, and you want me to stop. Stop doing that!
I didn't think it was that much.
Do not touch his winner on
Hey, this is a
my
school
bed.
interview. I'm not gonna touch his wiener on my bed. Or his.
Your bed.
Anyways,
My bed.
we fist bump. It says we hug, but I'm not touching you right now.
I'll touch you.
We part.
Part your hair?
Yep, you part my hair. It's disgusting there. Can you part my hair real quick with your clean hand?
This is my clean hand.
That's not clean. Why? Show your thumb to the camera. Back end.
Cleaner than this hand.
It's disgusting. And I reflect again on what a truly lovely person Thomas is and how grateful I am that he is in my life. If that was good. Isaiah Stewart is a senior at Sierra High
Did you
School.
actually think about that, though?
Think about what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, how wonderful you are and how grateful I am that you're in my life.
Yeah.
Isaiah Stewart is a senior at Sierra High School. His email is ijsisaiah1234 at yahoo.com.